This is our I&J 20-foot roller crimper, and it's been over a lot of acres, and it's time to give it some maintenance. If these chevron blades start getting a little rounded off, like it is right here, it's also not going to do a good job. There's all the blades that's supposed to go on there. We got a problem with the blades. The curvature is right, but our bolt holes are not lining up. Just got off the phone a little while ago with the owner of I&J Manufacturing. Then I explained the problem. Want to see what he wanted to do to make it right. And then he started asking me if I had like an iron worker, somebody who could punch holes in the steel there, and he said, well, that's going to be your best option. So I replied to him like, well, these parts aren't made right. Don't I need to ship them back and y'all can fix them and make it right? Like, well, you can, but that's going to cost you shipping another 2 times, back there and then back here. And he's like, well, we're not going to pay for the shipping. You know, your best bet's going to be find somebody local. So apparently they're not going to stand behind their problem. It's going to be my responsibility to take care of it. Ooh. Boy, thanks I&J. Y'all have really effed me on this. Anyway, me getting all pissed off is not going to solve the problem, so now I got to figure out exactly what we're going to do. I got some ideas. We're going to try out something, and then I'll bring you back once I get a definitive plan figured up. All right, we got this one blade mocked up. We started on the shorter blades to be easier, and we raised them up because, I mean, this hole was lined up, but it was sitting flush, which would make a big, large blunt edge, which would not be very effective for crimping. So what we did is we raised them up about 6/10 of an inch right there, and now we're going to go in and mark our holes, drill them, see how long it takes, and then make sure that this blade will then match up with our other ones here, because the last thing we'll do is drill a bunch of holes only to find out that they won't line up on the other ones, and go from there. It wasn't too bad at all. I didn't time myself, but I'd say I had that one blade done in 5 minutes, so maybe this won't be quite as laborious, and I can wind up doing it myself and save myself a bunch of money. All right, Andy, I'm just going to fit and work. I hope I eyeballed it good enough. Holy crap, I can't believe it. It actually worked. I got them all straight.
First time seeing
I'll be daggum. Well, our bad situation looks like it just got a lot better. Not what it should have been, but better than what it was 30 minutes ago. Well, let's put some nuts on there and tighten it up real good and see what it looks like. I'd say that looks pretty dang good.
I'd say the crimp.
All right, let's do the same thing for this other one. We'll drill it out, and then if it fits and looks good, then we'll just check and make sure the same thing will fit some of these others, and then we can use this one these two as a template.
Right there. Yeah.
All right. Keep your fingers crossed. This one fits just as nicely as the other one did. Well, it's easy to get one hole lined up. 2. Oh. I just might change careers. I might open me up a machine shop now.
After this project, you might not want to.
Yeah, that's true. Man, that's pretty.
It is pretty.
Well, 2 down, 58 more to go.
Yep.
All right, let's take these off and make sure that they'll line up on some of these others. Make sure these other holes are where they're supposed to be, and then we'll go to fabricating. All right, after reviewing the footage, it took me 2 minutes and 30 seconds to drill a pilot hole and then bore the main hole in each piece of steel. So that comes out to 50 seconds per hole. So 194 more holes should take me right at 2.7 hours.
Yeah.
So
We can do that.
I think we can get it done ourselves and save me a lot of money in the process.
They all go just as easily.
Right, it's not, but
It might be easy, but it's going to take a while.
well, I think it's better than paying somebody else to do it.
You get to keep your money at the end.
But say we need to make this efficient, we need to figure up an assembly line. So you got the templates. I'll probably have you marking the new blades with a paint marker, and then I'll be center punching, and then we'll tag team on the drill to where the drill can keep running. We'll go through and drill all the pilot holes in them, and then we'll come back and change the drill bit and drill all the main holes, so I'm not having to constantly change the drill bit out. All right, what Andy's going to do, he's going to take the template and bolt it to the new blade using the holes that they punch, just to make sure we keep them exactly even. And then he's going to take a paint marker and mark our holes. Then he's going to hand it to me, and then I'm going to center punch everything. And then once we get all the blades center punched, we'll go over to the drill and start drilling. It only goes on that one way.
I'm struggling so much right there because now they're flashing both ends.
Tell you what, I'm going to tighten these up, and then I'm just going to tack weld the bolt to the other one. That way all you got to do is stick it on there, run the nut down, and be a lot quicker. Get that center hole completely lined up, because we got a little wiggle room in these holes. All right, now we got our 2 templates. The bolts welded up. Should just slide it on there, zap some nuts on there, and let's just make sure you're. Yep.
Probably use a paint marker on this one. A little more effective.
So anyway, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through, he's gonna mark them, I'm gonna center punch them, then we'll transition over to the drill all of our pilot holes, and go back and drill all of our main holes. So sure y'all don't wanna sit here and spend all this time with us, so I'll speed it up for you quite a bit. All right, there's pile full of blades ready to be bolted on. This is the equivalent of all the blades needed for one of these drums, and then we've already got the blades for the other small drum. We've already got them marked and center punched and ready for a drill, and then we haven't touched the blades for there. In total, me, Andy, and well, Carter, since Andy had to leave, gotten all these blades done in an hour and a half. So definitely, it's still an ordeal I shouldn't have to go through, but not near as bad as what I was thinking, and we should be able to get this knocked out a whole lot quicker than what I was thinking right after lunch. So anyway, it's 5 o'clock on Friday. I got someplace to be. We'll pick back up with this on Monday. Well, Andy, I'm in a whole lot better mood this morning than I was after lunch on Friday.
Oh yeah? What's making the mood good?
Well, not only is this project going far quicker and smoother than I ever thought it would after my conversation with I&J, our dirt pan actually sold at the auction. We don't have to go back and pick it up.
Well, that saves time and diesel, and it may pay for our crimper problem.
I'll give you a guess on what it brought.
9,000.
Well, you're close. It brought $8,300.
That's not bad.
I can't believe it. I was hoping for 50 cents on the dollar, which would have been around $7,000. Yeah, it brought $8,300. So while I took a bath on it, it wasn't as bad as what it could have been.
Yeah.
But get this. I've had it posted for over 3 months. Not one single person has called me about it. Guess what happened this morning?
Everybody.
A guy called me. Hey, I want to come look at your dirt pan. I got some sand blows. Like, sorry, Dave. You're sorry.
You're 2 months too late.
Well, you're 2 days too late, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go figure. Just my luck. And the planter we hauled over there, in case you're wondering, it brought, I think, $21,000. So the owner of it, he took a bath over what he paid for it. But anyway, the stuff is gone. Don't have to worry about it no more.
You can look at it again.
All right, getting back on this project Monday morning, and just Andy's checking the fit of the blades that we drilled out Friday, and looks like bolt holes are lining up. So we got these angled blades. We got these going this way. We got this done on this drum, and then on that drum over there, we've already got the blades going this direction, already punched and marked and ready to drill. And then our center drum, we haven't made the template up for it yet. So anyway, it took us an hour and a half to mark, punch all the blades for both outside wings, and then to drill the blades going this way on both drums. So I don't think we'll get done with this by lunchtime, but we should definitely get done with it today.
Maybe today we could at least be on this front drum, but at least be done close to done with the front drum.
So anyway, we'll speed this up for you again and bring you back when we get to something different on it. Well, there they are. That's the last of them. All 200 holes have been drilled there. What did it take? We had total time, had an hour and a half in the other day, about 2.5 in today, so about 4 hours total time. Not bad. Yeah, that 4 hours of work saved us, well, 17 or about $1,500–1,600 of getting somebody to drill them, or $950 to ship them back to I&J, get them re-drill them, and then ship them back because, you know, they refuse to take the parts back and pay for the shipping and everything to correct their mistakes. So 4 hours worth of work and saved a whole bunch of money. I think we come out pretty good on it. Still not happy about the situation. I'm still, I don't want to get into that anyway. I covered that in the last video. But anyway, now we got all that done. We got the bearings in, so pull the rest of the bearings off and start bolting these blades up, and we should be able to wrap this project up pretty quick. Yep, that's right. Almost time to get back in the field. Probably gonna try to do a little spraying tomorrow. Looks like Carter's having a little bit of fun with the water truck. Kids.
Drink up.
All right, back in the shop this morning. Guys are getting the razor serviced. I got a trip coming up this week. Hopefully get a little R&R in the mountains, and then as soon as I get that done, my goal is to get this project done today. We got the biggest part out of the way, got all of our holes drilled and everything, so now it's just going to be a matter of bolting all of them up, changing out all of our bearings. I haven't pulled off the other bearings. Hopefully they come off they come off as easy as the first one did, and then getting these drums mounted back on there, and this project will be complete. Here's part of the remnants of all the drilling that we had to do. Andy swept up all the shavings. Andy, we can probably load these up and take them to the take them to the recycle plant. Maybe get a couple bucks for all those shavings. This definitely several pounds of metal we drilled out.
Still would. It'd pay for shipping.
Well, we didn't get our project done today. These blades taking longer to put on than what we thought. Some of the holes not quite perfect, and Carter and Andy having to do a little modifying, but they are going on and they do look good. And I got all the rest of the bearings replaced, but had to cut all the rest of them off. So just like every other project we do down here, it takes longer than what I originally planned for it to. But anyway, we could definitely get it done tomorrow, but tomorrow we got other things to do. Kelly and Andy got to start. They got to start spraying wheat. I've got to get the hooded sprayer ready to go do burn down strips. So I reckon next rainy day.
Once we get our burn down strip sprayed.
Yeah. Well, the next rainy day that we can't be in the fields. We'll get this finished up. We don't have a whole heck of a lot of more shop work to do this spring. I don't believe it's mainly field work, and it's going to be dry tomorrow. Not going to be windy tomorrow, and we need to spend every day in the field that we can. You showing boo-boos? Did you make a boo-boo?
My bone.
I never seen a bone be red.
Yeah, I mean, now you did.
We're going to wrap it up today. I got an NRCS banquet got to go to tonight, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. I want to give y'all an update on the roller crimper here. I said while I was gone at the end of last week, Andy and Carter pretty much got the rest of the blades mounted up, and my video of us getting started on this crimper came out yesterday, and I wanted to address some of the comments. There was a whole lot of great comments out there, and in hindsight, I would have done things differently. I know a lot of the commenters commented, you know, why mess with blades? Just take a grinder and level off the blades, give them that nice square edge. Been a whole lot cheaper. Y'all are correct, and in hindsight, that's what I should have done. But I thought this was going to be a lot quicker and easier project than what it turned out being. And by the time that I found out how difficult it was going to be, I mean, it was too late. You know, a lot of people said after we found out that the blades were not right, should have just sent them back, got my money back. After I had dealing with I&J, I have my doubts that they would have even taken the blades back and given me a refund. If they had taken it back, I would have had to spend shipping, which would have been about $500. So that's why I decided to go ahead and modify these blades rather than shipping them back. I'd already spent the money. There probably wasn't any going back. And then a lot of other viewers suggested, instead, if I did go with the blades, instead of, drilling them out and bolting them up and everything, why not just weld them? I definitely did consider welding them, but after seeing how long it took to drill them out, thinking about how long it's going to take me to run spot welds all across every one of these blades, drilling was definitely the much quicker option. And then not only that, I plan on keeping this crimper for a while. If I ever decide I need to replace the blades again, if all the blades are welded on there, you're talking about a really long time to going and cutting all those welds to replace the blades. So I really wanted to be a lot more flexible for future repairs and really keep my options open. So that's why we went the way we did on drilling them all out. Now, ultimately, I might still have to add some welds here because we've got Loctites on these bolts and everything, but these things take a lot of abuse, and I'm not sure if the bolts are going to vibrate loose, if they're going to break, if they're going to hold. And anyway, once we try it in the field, might have to bring it back to shop and might have to still weld them up anyway. I don't know, but we're going to try it this way first, and then if we need to make any changes after that, then we will do so. But I said I want to keep my options open on replacing these blades in the future. I can guarantee you next time these new blades, whenever they get rounded off, for my first thing is, I'm going to take a grinder. I'm going to grind them nice and flat to get a nice square edge on them rather than calling up I&J for a new order of blades. I can guarantee you that.